Hello you adorable people, and welcome back to another MechWarrior Online video recorded by the Sadbugs. I'm Sadbug Pika, and I thought I'd take this opportunity to just talk about, well, in my opinion, a very skewed matchmaker. You're going to be seeing two games played in this video here. The first one, we ended up playing alongside the 228. Now, we were playing with a player who had literally only just started the game today. He barely breaks around 4 damage, I think, in this game. Not the best player yet, but he's learning, he's getting there. Yet we were somehow put with one of the best group players out there against what seemed to be a random collection of guys with a couple of clans in it. And I know it looks at your elo and tries to balance it out. The better you are, the more chance you are, well, the more chance you've got, sorry, of being put with lower skilled players in an attempt to carry them, you know, to balance the elo range. But does that apply in the same way in the group queue? Because it seemed incredibly unfair to the other team. I mean, I'm in a direwolf, I'm in an assault mech, I'm one of the most important mechs on the battlefield in this particular game, and I think I barely get to the fight, and it's pretty much over. Anyway, let's talk about what's going on here. We start with some, basic exchanges, got a couple of my friends just scouting about. There's not a lot I can do, a little bit of a performance hitch there, sorry about that, take a few hits in the back. I remember swearing a lot right now about that stuttering, I don't know what's causing it. But whatever, we get on with it. I don't know what this guy was thinking. He just kind of charged out at me, and then, whoops, my weapon didn't fire because my fire control macro didn't work, wasn't set up correctly. You may notice my build at the moment is just a bunch of LEX2s and 2 Gores, just put out this horrible wall of firepower, but I'm doing all sorts of things wrong right now. My game's stuttering like crap, my weapons aren't firing correctly. A couple of arty strikes on them there, pushed them off that point. In my opinion, going for that capture point on this map at the beginning is guaranteed death. Excuse me. You should probably never run straight down there, in my opinion. Never in a million years. The first casualty is a guy killing himself on our team, which is nice. Artillery strike right on us. So I managed to peek out the way of that one. I do something stupid, stand up on the high ground and just put some fire out, but hey, I'm a direwolf, I can take it. A couple of lasers, Again, it just seems unusual seeing these teams up against each other. I mean, our guys are quite coordinated, they're staying well together. If anything, we're the hindrance to them right now. We're the ones kind of making their lives a bit harder, but you can just see by looking. I mean, just watch the game. There's arty strikes everywhere. We've got mechs closing in groups everywhere. Put some more fire down on this guy. Try and pause him back into cover. That's one thing I do like about this build. The sheer volume of firepower coming out at you. It doesn't matter how good you think you are. You see that many bullets flying towards you, you're backing up. It's got a nice psychological effect to it. And then the Gores in there hits you and does lots of damage. I decided I should probably try and catch up with the group, try and get back in on the fight. I'm way behind, so I decided to buddy up with this king crab for a little while, using him as a big walking shield. By the time we get there, oh, stuck on terrain. The joys of assault mechs. By the time we get down to the fight, if I get down to the fight, see what I'm stuck on. It's done. There's no enemies left. There's no one around. Our new player, Grafin, if you watch, somehow manages to explode himself in just a moment. I think he dies. Maybe not. But he doesn't do too much damage. Check the scoreboard at the end. Don't worry, Grafin, you'll get better. Grafin's one of the newer Sadbugs, recently joined us. He's got a playthrough up right now of Flashback, if that's your thing, up on the channel. I'm also playing with Sergeant Snug, or Sadbug Snug, as we like to call him, our resident clown. He is actually pretty good at this game, though I don't want to stroke his ego too much. He's usually playing an Cicada. I think he's in a Stormcrow for this particular game. But yeah, my point is here really, what's going on with the matchmaker? What's going on, PGI? I know it seems like the go-to argument whenever you want to complain about this game, and I've got to admit, I don't really have a problem with it. It's just every now and again in the group queue, you get something like this, and it's even worse when you're on the receiving end of it. There's me thanking those guys for the carry. Couldn't have done it without them. And yeah, it's the scoreboard. You can see me, middling stats, not my best game, not my worst, but I don't think I got a chance to do much. Poor old Grafin there, 4 damage. 4 damage. I don't even know how you do 4 damage. But hey, well done. Well done, Grafin. Snug going off on a little tangent there about how well he's done. But hey, he did okay. And with that, we're going to move straight into the second game and see how this one goes. And here we go, straight into the second game. Still a few strange performance issues. In this particular video, I want to talk about the maps. Now, to be completely honest, this isn't the worst map in the game. I actually don't mind this one. It's got a nice variety of terrain. It's got a nice selection of attack routes you can take. I was just admiring the direwolf there, excuse the pause. There's lots of ways you can play this map. It's got decent cover from missiles if you want to hide from the boats, but there's one thing about this map that really confuses me immensely, and it ends up costing the other team the game. Admittedly, I make a silly mistake in this game and I don't see to the end of it, but you'll see what that silly mistake is. So as always, you do the NASCAR thing. This team always goes around to the cliffs at the top. The other team might come along the river or they might come through the tunnel. Now, any good MechWarrior will tell you the tunnel, unless you can rush the tunnel, don't do it. Just don't do it. But hey, sometimes people just like the look of the tunnel and off they go. So we're advancing up, watching the fight. I think Agors narrowly misses my face just there. I think that was this game. We keep plodding forwards and I ignore the tunnel because in the group queue I haven't seen it in so long, but I don't know if you can hear me in the game, but I tell Snug to have a quick peek, just to have a little look in. And even he's surprised that I would request this. No one goes to the tunnel. Surely not. I think you know what's going to happen, don't you guys? I have a quick scan over, have a little look, and as expected, it's clear. I don't think anything of it. There's Snug there, running in to take a little peek, and he starts shouting tunnel, 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 tunnel repeatedly. On chat, I give a call out into team chat, turn my whaler around, get in Snug's way, and what do you know, they tried to rush the tunnel and came face to face with a direwolf. Now I know I'm blocking a few friendly shots there, but frankly I need to get my guns to bear and force them back into that tunnel and take the hits to make sure the rest of my team can do what they need to do. As you can see, it's a bit of a crazy exchange. Nearly clipped Snug there on the way through. I just keep up that hail of fire along with everyone else, using those LBXs to great effect to force them back into that tunnel and occasionally supplementing the firepower with those gores. Drive them back in. A couple of people start pushing up, driving them down into the tunnel. We start really laying on the hurt. I tank that damage, well, in my opinion, pretty damn well, although I'm not too fussed if I go down. For the first time ever, I get a heat warning with my LBXs. I don't think I've ever done that before. Managed to start dropping them, and I think I get one of them just in a second. There we go, put them down. Now, I make a silly mistake. Snug seizes the initiative and pushes down to the tunnel to try and drive back any stragglers who may be in the process of retreating. Me, being the genius I am, completely underestimate how many we killed and don't look at the top. So I'm like, yeah, I'll go support the new front line and make sure Snug can flank around. There's only a few of them left. And of course, anyone who's looked at the top of the screen notices my mistake. And it's at this point I realise, oh dear, hit the reverse, but it's too little too late, and down I go, as you can see. Even from that one exchange though, I still bring nearly 500 damage, which is incredible in my opinion. And I spend the rest of the game, excuse me, I've got a horrible cough, you might sound strange today. I spend the rest of the game jumping through, watching other people. I just catch a glimpse of a UAV, you may have just saw it there, and I jump around trying to find Snug, as I believe he's just nearby, and I jump around so much I cause my game to lag a little bit. I've already called out some of the UAVs there, but by the time he gets his guns to bear, shooting a friendly in the back there, Snug, it's gone. But it was there, you don't believe me, jump back in the video, it was there. Snug realises the game's over and starts hunting down the kills, just finishing off the enemy team, and makes a silly mistake and runs right out in front of the Timberwolf. And I think we all know what happens now, don't we? Come on Snug, you can do it. With a little bit, he manages to get one, but is then flattened. Downside of the Stormcrow, that center torso is huge, so easy to hit. Even though you think you're not being hit at all and the shots are going over you, they're hitting your hunchback. Well, not a hunchback, but you know what I mean if you've seen the Stormcrow. And now it's just a case of mopping them up. A few guys walk in. Now, this map ain't a bad map. My point that I wanted to make with this is that tunnel. Why is that tunnel a choke point with a natural choke point on either side exit out into another choke point? That's biased toward one team, because this side of it, the side of the map we're on now, has Overwatch. You can look down on it, lots of cover on the other side, buildings. That side, the side we were on, it just exits into a valley where you can't move. So you just get forced into enemy gunfire. I don't know, the tunnel seems pointless, and this is a problem been going on with the game for a while. Hopefully new maps will start changing that. Thanks for watching, guys. That's all I got to show you. Hope you enjoyed it, and remember, stay sad. Come play MechWarrior for free. Catch you later. Hey everyone, I just wanted to close off this video and let you all know that the SadBugs live stream is now up at twitch.tv/SadBugPlays. If you ain't come and seen us yet, come watch us for regular gameplay and follow us on Twitter. Be sure to hit that like button for more. Catch you later.